everybody. I'm Brandon, and this is my daughter Gwyneth.
Hello.
And I am taking Gwyneth out to her first exploration out here. I'd taken the other children out to this place and done a little bit of research about it, and I thought it was really interesting. Me and we have Marcus up here and the other kids up to the gravesite of Belle Starr. And so a quick Google search can tell you a lot more details. But basically, Belle Starr was allegedly a horse thief and ran with the James Younger group, who were notorious outlaws during the late 1800s between Missouri, Kansas, and Texas on the trains, and just about anything else that they could procure for themselves and turn into a small profit, they would. They were Oklahoma was Indian Territory at the time, so in order to live here, you had to be a member of the tribe or married into the tribe. And so she was married into the Cherokee tribe through her husband. And there's a lot more to the story, but if you want more information on that, we can do a more detailed video on the history of Belle Starr. Otherwise, there's plenty of those videos on YouTube already. This video is basically about her gravesite. It is literally just across the river from me and where we live and have lived for a couple years now. And so I find it really interesting that there is a historical figure really close by. She's known as the Queen of the Outlaws, and her story is quite interesting. And we are going tonight to film her gravesite at night and just capture what we can. Gwyneth, do you have anything to add?
No, not really. But I just want to point out that we will be doing a lot of abandoned videos, not only like historical grave sites, but also like buildings that are around here that nobody else has explored, just around here in Oklahoma, just because nobody else has explored them, so why not start?
So we are at famous Younger's Bend, and this is the sign that they've erected here. At least it kind of details a little bit about what's going on, and I'll read it for you. It was formerly a strong southerly bend in the Canadian River was located here. The course of the river was permanently changed after the construction of the Lake Eufaula Dam in 1964. It is thought that the bend is named for Cole Younger, who served in the Civil War as a member of Quantrill's Raiders and operated in the area in 1862 to 1864. After the war, Cole Younger and his brothers would join Frank and Jesse James to form the James Younger Gang. Although visited by many other famous outlaws of the time, Younger's Bend is best known as the home of Sam and Belle Starr, 1880 to 1889. Both lived here until the separate events of their untimely deaths. It remains a quiet, final resting place of Belle Starr. On the Canadian River, far from society, I hope to pass the remainder of my life in peace. Belle Starr. And this was erected by the Oklahoma Historical Society in 2013 by Dr. Ron and Donna Hood. Just to the right of the sign, there is a driveway here and kind of a small parking lot. The driveway does lead up to a cabin that I do believe is part of the property here, but it is kind of a public access space to take the trail up, and we'll show you where we're going, and we'll be right back. if you listen very closely, you can hear animals and bugs and insects. But this is the beginning of the trail. And we're just going to take it up here and see what it's like at night. Yeah, that was a very human-like stream. Hopefully it was a bird. Looks like we got some storm damage on the trail. Just be careful. Remember, this is a very primitive place. Oklahoma can be much like a jungle. No joke. There are spiders and snakes and insects of all types. Plants that will make you itch. And it's best to just kind of know what you're getting yourself into whenever you come out to a place like this. You know, maybe find somebody who's been there before and go with them. But don't be afraid to venture out on your own. Now, you'll come to this side and you'll wonder, which way should I go? But you're gonna want to take the right. And that'll take you over to the cabin. But if you go back this way, there used to be a trail marker that said which way to go. But there's a bat. That's cool. It's a horse apple. Comes from the Osage orange or the bodark tree. Depends on where you were raised. It's really interesting. Normally on a trail like this, there would be so many spider webs that it'd be hard to get around. And then we've made it up the trail. Hello. So her gravesite is at the place of where her cabin used to sit. There used to be pictures here that used to have what the cabin looked like. And it's kind of long since rotted away. It would have the cabin in the background. Some of the YouTube videos have pictures of the cabin itself, and then there's another side shot with the cabin in the background there. You've seen a cabin over this way. Back there, at the time whenever the cabin was standing, it was still a farmhouse. But you can see that a lot of folks come and leave gifts, leave offerings. She's the outlaw queen. actually a really beautiful stone. There's good things scattered back there. Got a puffball mushroom growing. Looks like they've done some repairs. Some of the older videos showed that there was a crack there, but it looks like maybe somebody put some mortar in, fixed it. Well, and so if you're ever in the area around Lake Eufaula and looking for something to do late at night, come visit us at Belle. It's a nice little walk, nice little break, short little venture. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we do. Have a great evening.